Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Schway, Schwarbage, a Batman, Batfan, Bat Review, Batpod, Batcast. I'm Will.
I'm Jack.
And I have ruined myself financially.
Anyway, today we're talking about Batman and Robin.
Yeah, we are, but I do want to know how Quentin ruined himself financially before
I think
we
it was just a
dive
life
into that.
update. Was that a
Guys,
bit? Were we supposed to
guys,
play in that? Oh, my bad.
guys, I'm really not doing good. But the thing is, I have a bunch of really expensive things that I want to buy, but I have no money. I have actually negative money. Um, so I've come up with a solution.
Okay.
So, watching the film Batman and Robin for this review that we're doing right now, um, I stumbled upon a great boon that Batman pulls out of his pocket halfway through the film. I've decided to get myself a Bat credit card, which I will now max out. So the gimmick behind this credit card is if I don't, instead of the IRS coming after me to collect my debts, or a loan company, it's just gonna be Batman.
Quentin, you have
And
made a bad
I
mistake.
think
You have made it.
no,
This
I
is
think you
bad.
could beat him. I think you could take
It's just
him.
gonna be Batman. He's just gonna come after me. But the
Do
thing
you
is,
do you get like a Home Alone style prep time for this, or does he
I
just crash through the
Batman's in my
window?
basement.
I have
Batman's
as
in my
much
basement.
I have as much prep
That's
time and logistically pretty much an almost unlimited amount of money um, to prepare
Is
against
this
Batman.
is it hooked up to Bruce Wayne's bank account? Is
That's
that how it works?
I mean, I
No, that would be a
feel
debit
like
card. That would be a debit card. Well, I guess a credit card is still hooked up to a bank account. Just it's paid like.
I don't know
Um,
where the money comes from. I don't know why. I don't know what bank this is done through.
one
It's
of the ones in
just
Gotham.
one of the. It's either the Bank of Gotham
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 Bank.
Bank.
or the wait. What's the other one?
There's like eight
There's
of them.
yeah.
It's the one that sounds like it's said backwards. It's the one that you
Man,
said one time, Will. It was like the Bank of Gotham's something. Anyway, there's so many banks. It might be one of the three. The three
Here's what I
ones
think
in Gotham
is gonna
Knight.
happen, Quentin.
Yeah.
I think if you don't pay back your credit card debt, you will be forced to become the next Robin.
Oh shit. Oh no. Oh
I
no.
would rather take the IRS.
I would so rather.
My options are the IRS, or I have to fight Joker.
Well, maybe not Joker. Maybe just Mr. Freeze, Poison
So
Ivy, and Bane.
That's
I
way
feel
that's
like
way worse.
I feel like we have entered into like a rock paper scissors type deal where Batman could beat the IRS.
The IRS beats Joker, and Joker beats Batman. Although I think
I don't think that's
historically,
true.
I think historically, I think it's picking Joker is just an instant lose.
I
I
Yeah.
mean,
I think Batman and the IRS both kick the shit out of the Joker.
I think no matter what happens, Joker always kind of wins, though, in a thematic sense.
No.
Yes.
You're saying always, and I think that's leaving it like a lot of like Silver Age nonsense. Like the Cesar Romero Adam West Batman Joker. That guy did not have a fucking grand plan.
True.
Well,
True.
well, I like this conversation, but while we're on the topic of nonsense, I feel like it's good to pivot to what we're actually supposed
Batman
to.
and Robin, baby,
This
worst
movie
film
came
of all
out the
time.
same year that The Long Halloween ended.
And what a fucking juxtaposition that is.
Yeah. I just love thinking about that. Like, what is this an adaptation of? Because here's the thing, like, Batman comics were the Long Halloween right now.
Yep.
This is like let's go back in time and adapt that part of Batman that like no one really cares about.
And it's not even an. It's not wacky.
Imagine if fucking Christopher Nolan came out and was like, I'm making a new Batman trilogy. And the first one is an adaptation of The Island of a Thousand Traps.
Honestly,
That
Like,
would be awesome.
it would be awesome, but who is that for?
Only.
and then they
Only.
come
I don't
up
even
to,
know if I'd want to see that.
hey, Will, if Christopher Nolan knocked on your door right now and you answered the
Mhm.
door and he went, "Hi, I'm Christopher Nolan. I'm coming out with a new Batman trilogy. We're doing Island of a Thousand Traps, and I would like you to play the boot." You're telling me you
See,
would say no?
I know, because it wouldn't even get to that point. He'd open the door and he'd be like, "Hey, hey, man, why'd you make such a shitty third one? I like the first one a lot. Second one kicks ass. I mean, I don't really love a lot of your characterization, and I think those movies actually kind of missed the point of what makes Batman great a lot of the time. But that third one sucked ass, man, and I wouldn't have even let him get to his proposal."
But then he would have said, but I blew up a plane in midair.
No,
I
this
bel-
is we're talking about an entirely separate feature-length film.
Well, yes,
Guys.
because I would watch The Dark Knight Rises over Batman and Robin. I'm sorry, I would.
Wow, Quentin coming out here with the burning hot takes.
I would. I hate this movie. God fucking damn it.
Hey Jack, you want to see me? 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 You want to see me annoy Quentin?
Yes,
Hey Quentin.
sure.
Hey Quentin. Which movie do you prefer between this one and Batman Forever?
So the answer that is going to come out of my mouth right now is Batman Forever. However, I feel like you have some sort of justification planned for how you're going to trash my opinion there.
Mhm.
However,
However,
I would like to come out here and talk to the audience directly and say that this man is wrong and don't trust his opinion. He's a skinwalker.
no, I agree with you.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
Mhm.
I can lock in on that opinion.
Quentin, I just outplayed you because now you have just told the audience that your own opinion is in fact wrong.
I mean, I don't know if I'm talking to real Will or Skinwalker Will or
No, I'm being. Listen, there's not a difference between those two things.
yeah.
Yeah, listen. Like, let's say the Will you had known this whole time was a shapeshifter pretending to be Will. You had never known the quote-unquote real Will. Would I not therefore be the real Will since you had never known another option?
I mean, I would consider my friend Will to be the Will that I had grown up with. I would say that if there were two Wills running around, living
Grown up with, we met in like the fucking end of middle school.
that, well, you know what? That's 5 years. That's
formative.
adolescence.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's
formative
formative
years.
years.
Yeah, okay,
That's
yeah,
formative
fair,
years.
fair.
Yeah, and it was the beginning of middle school.
Was it?
Yeah,
Okay, guys.
we did.
We're really getting off the rails.
No,
so
I'm no,
quickly.
no.
So
Okay.
quickly. We have to talk about Batman and Robin, guys.
So
Come on.
Batman and Robin. So do we want to go through the whole entire film brick by brick, or is it a short plot synopsis type deal?
I think short plot synopsis,
Short,
because judging by
definitely
the
short.
first 5 minutes, this is gonna be a lot.
Yep.
We have a
I-
lot
I'm-
to talk about.
I'm gonna assume that people know the other, like they at least know of the other three films that preceded this one.
Yeah, the better three.
Yeah. But this has like the different actor. This has George Clooney now.
Well,
Different director.
Batman Forever also had someone else,
So
right?
Yeah, that was
That was Christian
That
Bale.
was Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer, yes. And this is I just want to my favorite fun fact before we get into Batman and Robin. It was directed by Joel Schumacher, and Joel Schumacher, according to Wikipedia, wait, let me find this.
Okay.
He apologized for the film while taking full responsibility for its poor reputation.
Yep. Yep.
I have
Yeah.
a similar thing.
I'm sorry, Joel.
Um,
I'm sorry that he had to apologize for this film. I don't think he should have had to apologize for this film.
George Clooney, who played Batman. Funny guy. Supposedly, if a fan came up to meet him and told him that they watched the movie, supposedly he would just reach into his wallet and refund them on the spot. And apparently he did that for like 10 years.
So if anyone wants to get a couple bucks,
Yeah,
off
I don't
of
know if he
George
still
Clooney.
does it, but I mean, I feel like I should be paid.
I mean,
Shall I do a plot synopsis?
Let's do it. Let's do a good old.
Let's do a
plot
fantastic
synopsis.
plot synopsis.
Okay. Someone look up one on like Wikipedia or on a Batman wiki and test me, because I'm just gonna improv this off the
Okay,
dome.
go for it.
Okay, first of all, Batman's got nipples. Then he goes off to fight crime, and then as he doesn't get a call and then leave. As he's driving out of the Batcave, he gets a call and it's like, hey, there's a guy named Mr. Freeze and he's attacking a museum. Batman's like, okay, I'll go do that. They fight through a very complicated set of circumstances, which I will be going into later. Mr. Freeze gets a diamond that he needs to power his suit, because his suit keeps cold by using diamond refracted lasers.
By the way, Mr. Freeze, played by former California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, soon to be.
Soon to be. At this point, not
Yeah.
former. At this point, soon to be.
He was not yet
Now
the
former.
governor of California.
That would be wild.
Mm-hmm.
This should have been during his tenure.
Cut to Poison Ivy. She becomes Poison Ivy. Bane is also there, and so is
Okay.
John Glover.
No, we got to do a deep dive. into this.
Right now,
Yeah.
I thought I was
Into
going to do a
Bane's
plot
origin.
synopsis, then we'd go back.
Okay, sure.
Okay,
sure.
okay.
Who
Let's
does-
just
who
get
does
through
John
it,
Glover
and then
play?
We can go back.
He plays the Floronic Man.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a deep cut. There's a fourth villain in it. It's the fucking Floronic
It's the
Man.
Dr. Jason Woodrow, or
Yeah.
Woodrow, I don't remember.
Woodrow, he's the Floronic Man. He's like Poison
Woodrow.
Ivy, but he's the Floronic Man.
Yeah.
So Floronic Man dies. Poison Ivy and Bane come to Gotham. She does a funny gorilla dance. Mr. Freeze attacks the auction that she's at. Don't worry, this will be explained later. Mr. Freeze does a thing. Poison Ivy thinks that's hot. Mr. Freeze goes to jail. Poison Ivy breaks him out. Batgirl, I forgot. Batgirl and Alfred are also doing a thing like this whole time.
Barbara, who is Alfred's niece, shows
Mhm.
up, and
Barbara
they do a
Wilson.
Barbara,
Yeah,
Um,
Barbara was.
not Gordon.
Barbara finds Alfred's computer. The password to his computer is Peg.
I have so many. I really want to do a deep dive on the passwords eventually.
Robin tries to fight Poison Ivy. He loses. Batgirl shows up to save him. They kick the shit out of Poison Ivy. Then they go fight Bane. Then they go fight Mr. Freeze, and the day is saved.
Oh yeah, and Alfred.
Yeah.
Alfred was also sick the whole entire
Yeah,
time.
Alfred had the
was
same
and died.
disease.
terminally ill,
Yeah,
He was
he
but
was
he was
dying.
cured at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, where do we want to start? Because now that we finished the plot
Okay.
synopsis, this is freeform, baby. We can go
Okay.
wherever. We're fucking
I
time
think-
lords.
We got to explain the general tone of this movie because just through the plot
Goofy.
synopsis, it's goofy. It's goofy.
It's so goofy.
Mr. Freeze is glittery.
I think the most well-known aspects of this film are various one-liners, puns, gags, which are pretty constant.
Some of them are pretty good.
Yeah, and some of them are great, quotable. I think this is a very if you
Quotable,
think
mhm.
quotability is the measure of a film, then you will
In
like this.
our top 10 Batman villains episode, we did quote this. At least I did. I quoted this movie like 3 times. I said the thing about rubber lips. I said what killed the dinosaur of the Ice Age. This movie's great. You know what, guys? Good movie. Good movie.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh, now you could argue that the cheesiness of it is fun. When I was
Yeah,
watching
yes.
this movie by and it is, but when I was watching this by myself, just kind of sad, and it wore thin,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to stop watching.
You brought up something I wanted to bring up. I did 2 watch-throughs of this. One with my brother and stepbrother, and one on my own. One of those watch-throughs was great, and the other fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Yes, I had a very similar experience a while ago. I did rewatch the film for the sake of posterity, and I wanted to die. But I had a slightly more enjoyable experience a couple of months ago watching this film.
I completely forgot about that. That's right.
Yes.
When did you two watch this film? Explain.
So, after working on another project, which is on its way, kind of, listening audience, if you're interested, when we finished it up, we wrapped it up, it was me, Quentin, and Bella in the call, and I was just like, I'm gonna watch Batman. No, actually, what I did watch, Quentin got up and left, and I started watching Beware the Batman, and then Quentin got back, and then we switched over to Batman and Robin, and the 3 of us watched that whole movie.
So if the lesson here is, if you're gonna watch this,
Get
watch it
someone,
with
get
people.
some help.
it's a much better experience with friends. But so that that was a very concise view of the film, its plot and its general tone and our opinions of the quality. But I think we got to do some. I think I've said the phrase deep dives a couple times, but there are a few things I want to do. I want to talk about, and I'm sure you guys have a couple things you want to talk about as well.
Could I kick us off on a John Glover tangent?
Please.
Go for it.
So yeah, John Glover plays Dr. Woodrow, who in the comics is the Floronic Man. In this movie, he just dies. So
yeah, not a big time character.
John Glover has been like typecast in DC movies as like the guy who inadvertently creates supervillains. Because in this, he creates Poison Ivy. In the show Smallville, he's Lex Luthor's dad. He's Lionel Luthor, who, because of his shitty parenting, sets Lex down, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Then in everyone's favorite movie, I don't know, I said that sarcastically, I do quite like this movie. In Shazam, he's Dr. Sivana's dad. Same thing.
Okay.
He also dies in that movie.
He also dies in that movie. I don't remember if he dies in Smallville. He probably does.
Most likely.
Yeah. But it's just weird that, like, he keeps showing up as, like weird, like, D-list DC characters who, like, end up being, like, creating other characters.
He doesn't die when he's voicing the Riddler, and
He's also the Riddler.
Also voiced the Riddler.
yeah.
Also, his funny noises he makes when he's getting, like, when he yells, he does funny yells. When he tries to go Poison Ivy, he just goes, "Ah!" It's great.
So I did not know about Mr. Glover's background, but I do think
technically, once again, not a background yet. This was before he was in any of those other things.
His career,
His foreground.
yeah, his foreground. Let's just talk about how, like, his actual role in this film, because this whole Bane, like, we said Bane's in this movie. It's not Bane. It's really not Bane, guys. It's really not him.
What are you talking about?
It's Bane.
It's Bane. He's big. He's green.
Okay, I posit we rename this character.
This
character.
Lane or something.
Not Lane. This is Venom Goon. This is Venom Goon. Is what it is. This is not good.
Well, we don't need to rename. We don't need to rename.
It's
we
not
don't
Bane though.
It's not Bane.
Sure?
Though. It's.
Are you sure?
I feel like you, out of everybody else, would be willing to. Out of all of the other people, you would be willing to agree that this is not Bane.
Yeah, the reason I haven't agreed with you yet is I've been scrolling through my notes trying to find the one I made about Bane. I do agree with you. I was just trying to stall. Here it is.
You kind of just made yourself look like a doofus here.
Here we go. Here we go. First of all, Bane sucks. Second of all, we should just be calling him by his name. You know, Bane's famous name. Because this character has a
what's
name.
His name? They mention it.
God, what's his name?
It's
What's his
Antonio Diego.
Okay, Antonio.
Yeah.
name? Wait,
There are four
Antonio
villains.
Diego?
Yeah.
Even before he becomes Lane, Antonio is like a serial murderer.
Yeah.
That's-
Here's
that's
what I say. I think I'm just gonna call him Antonio. There
So
are
we're
four
sticking
villains
with
in this
Lane.
movie. There's
I'm
four
going
villains in this
Lane.
movie. Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, the Floronic Man, and Antonio.
You know what? I'm riding the left lane all the way there.
Okay, great. Are we gonna talk about Antonio then?
Yes, let's talk about Antonio.
What's the deal with Antonio, guys?
He's a murderer.
He
He's a
is.
serial murderer. And
He
our good
dabbles.
our Dr. Woodrow is like, hey guys, I got this serial murder. Because he's like an evil scientist.
He's trying to sell. He's trying to sell Venom Antonio Diego to the what is it? The
Like the
League of
dictators of the
Ununited
world.
Nations. Which I'm gonna be honest. If you are a group of nations together, you're not. You're still the United Nations. You're just a different United Nations.
Well,
Well, but they're competing.
They are.
They're competing
Okay, but,
over
like-
who can get Lane.
okay, yeah.
Yes.
It would be like if they hosted an auction at the UN. It wouldn't be. They're not a united front.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
But he's been this guy Antonio's been injected with the super soldier serum known as Venom. You may have
What?
heard of it.
Actually, it's Dr. Michael Morbius at your service.
No, no. Now we have to watch that movie, even though it's not. Even,
No, we're not.
Mostly.
No, we don't.
It
I'm
has
never
bats,
watching
though.
Morbius.
it has
We'll get
bats,
to it.
though.
We'll get to
No,
it.
we
get to
won't. Hey guys, we're not. We episode 1000. We watch Morbius.
Dude, when we get to episode
Okay.
1000, you're going to be eating your fucking words.
You're gonna be so stupid. You're gonna look so stupid.
You're going to feel so goofy.
Well, it took us over a year to do fucking 20. So let's see, 1000. How old would I be?
Pretty old.
I
Pretty
think
old.
that's establishing the pay. We've
But
we've
you
gone
don't know
weekly.
how long lifespans are gonna be by then. You know, it's possible. It's possible.
That's true. That's true. When they
We can,
revived
like,
Joel
freeze you
Schumacher to make
cryogenically, and kind of like Nora Freeze.
Nora
So true.
the popsicle.
I think it would take about 50 years.
50 years.
Okay,
I'm not, guys. Listen, I'm not doing this for 50 years.
me neither. Not if I have to watch this movie ever.
Ever again. Ever again.
But Bane sucks because he's just
He's a guy.
his
just
only
a guy.
gimmick is just repeating words that people have said to him, which is kind of funny like the first 3 times, and then it's not funny anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that the whole entire gimmick is that he loses his intelligence when he takes the venom, and then he's just like a golem that they tote around. He's just not very much character there. At all.
There's zero. And
There's zero.
But his gimmick is that like if someone says like, "Hey Bane, gotta get Batman to her," or something, he'll just repeat the word Batman back to them.
Yeah.
You
It's-
know?
I
Which
don't
is, like,
understand
okay.
why does Bane, like, you see it a little bit in the Arkham games too, except for Origins. Why does Bane get adapted as like Diet Hulk? Because he's
Yeah.
the whole thing about him is that he's smart. He's smart
Yeah.
too. He's a smart man.
He is.
Which is exactly how
yeah.
he was which is exactly how he was able to outsmart Batman and trick him into blowing up all the Titan so that he could gather up his half of the Titan, and then he makes the
He
smart
told
move.
Batman.
And then he
And
gets trapped
then
in
he
an
gets
elevator.
stuck in an elevator. Is this version of Bane stronger than the Bane?
Yeah, definitely. I will
Uh,
say, you know what? Here's something kind of cool. Quick turnaround. Bane appeared in the comics like less than 4 years, or maybe a little bit over. Within like like 6 months of 4 years before this movie came out.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Really?
and
he
so there was
Vengeance.
almost no time for him to become a like bastardization of the character. So they have no excuse for why they
Yeah,
just made him into a big guy.
yeah. Batman: Vengeance of Bane was in 1993, and then Batman and Robin, 1997.
1997.
They were like, we can tell this character's gonna be big already. He's already like super popular. We gotta get him in the movie and just not make him Bane.
And then later he would appear in one of Will's personal favorite films, The Dark Knight Rises, 2012.
Why they were like, hey, let's Bane's very cool design. Let's not do any of it and give him a breathing like helping thing.
You don't like
Oh,
the
and
breathing apparatus?
here's my biggest issue with that
Okay,
movie. I'm
no,
doing this.
no,
I'm doing
this
this now. No, I'm doing this now, Jack. Be quiet.
okay.
They were like, you know what's too silly? Venom. We're not gonna do Venom, a drug that makes you big and strong. We're gonna make him like a former drug addict, and that's gonna be our thing. But guys, you fucking did fear toxin in the first movie,
I was
which is
born
way
in the
more
darkness.
ridiculous than Venom. It's like it's a steroid. Steroids exist. It's just a better steroid. You guys were like, nah, that's ridiculous. Drugs making people strong. No. Anyway, here's a man riding a horse who can shoot gas at you that make you think he's on fire.
I think Tom Hardy was a really bad casting choice.
I agree.
I don't
Also,
like it.
in Venom, bad casting.
Yep. Well, yeah.
No. I'm gonna stay by that. Better than Topher Grace, but still no. You know what? Fuck Spider-Man 3. Movie has too many villains. This is a very similar movie in a lot of ways.
I like that movie marginally more.
Oh, same. Very true. But I think it has a lot of similar problems.
I think that by and large, Joel Schumacher is a far less superior. Listen. I'll say this: I've seen a lot of this man's movies. I've seen a lot of them. I watched his famous adaptation of Phantom of the Opera. I watched The Time to Kill. I watched Lost Boys.
I don't
watched
like his version of Phantom of the Opera.
Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Yeah, me neither. Me neither. I would say that there is only one movie that I have watched and I have really enjoyed that he has made, and that is
Batman and
the
Robin.
1993 film Falling Down, and that's the only good movie that Joel Schumacher ever made. God rest his soul. So sorry. But it's God. This man did not make good movies.
Did he die? I didn't even know
No,
that.
he's dead.
He unfortunately passed away in June of 2020.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Because, like, he's seeing him, like, I've seen interviews where he talks about his films. He's a very passionate filmmaker, and I quite liked him himself. Just didn't like his movies.
Nope.
That sucks.
Great man. Bad movie maker.
I mean, he made Falling Down, which is apparently really good.
He did make Falling Down.
What's
good movie.
Falling Down about?
What's Falling Down about?
Let's talk while we're on this.
Yeah,
I've
no,
never heard of-
I'm
I
so
don't know
down to
much
talk
the
about a
film.
different movie.
Let's talk about Falling Down for a cool brief. I've never seen the film.
Oh, well, it stars Michael Douglas, which is already a good kicker.
Good start.
The official summary is a middle-aged man dealing with both unemployment and divorce. William Foster, Michael Douglas, is having a bad day. When his car breaks down on a Los Angeles highway, he leaves his vehicle and begins a trek across the city to attend his daughter's birthday party. As he makes his way through the urban landscape, William's frustration and bitterness becomes more evident, resulting in violent encounters with various people, including a vengeful gang and a dutiful veteran cop. It's basically just a man who lives and breathes the suburbs becoming more and more fed up with life and becoming this vengeful action star as he tries to go and visit his daughter on her birthday. and I really like the simplicity of the film, and I like its implicit themes.
I'll tell
Unlike
you. I'll tell you this though: the Chicago Tribune fucking hated this movie. They gave it a 38. The review states, Falling Down is an intellectual, sloppy, rebellious working man adventure film that is little more than a set piece for Michael Douglas playing out a revenge of the nerd's fantasy. New York
God damn.
Times gave it a 90, though.
so some competing
mixed
reviews.
reception.
Yeah.
There's some controversy.
Do you know
Alright.
what did not have a mixed reception?
Batman and Robin, everyone
Batman
hated
and
it.
Every single person hated
Very
that
Everyone
movie.
hates
poor
this
reception.
movie.
Yep.
Okay, is there any? I think we've got to a good point. Is there anything else, like Quentin? What's a note? Or a thought you had during this movie that you want to do a deep dive on? Talked about Bane / Lane / Antonio.
Just a part of this movie, I guess it would have to be the characterization of Uma Thurman's Poison Ivy.
Great casting. Second best part of this
Fantastic
movie.
casting. And I think that if she had been the major villain, and I feel like if they'd given her more, because they took a turn that was very much like Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, where we are introduced to this character and we see a man in power ruin her life. She comes back from the dead and basically goes out for revenge. Except it's very short-lived.
I can't believe it. I never put that together. It's exactly the same as that horrible Catwoman movie.
I've never seen that movie.
Good. It's so far removed from anything. I don't even know if it falls into what we have to review for this show.
Yeah?
But yeah, there is definitely a concentration problem in this film of who is the, primary antagonist. Which, I mean, it's fine to have multiple antagonists, but like it doesn't really add anything to this movie when they don't really mesh together.
Yeah. I feel like it was more they wanted this because this was made at the apex of sort of like the Hollywood 80s 90s sort of like worship where Hollywood stars were like these larger than life figures and everybody wanted to be them and everybody wanted to know them and they wanted to see them in everything ever. I feel like that's sort of been saturated now and we take seeing big stars in movies together for granted because of things like the MCU and films like this. But at the time, seeing George Clooney and Schwarzenegger and Uma Thurman and fucking Alicia Silverstone all in the same film, it made people giddy. That was enough to get people in the theater back then.
I don't want to, I don't want to kind of skip ahead, but I think it is kind of telling that you left out Chris O'Donnell.
Listen,
Or Chris O'Donnell.
See, that's because I couldn't remember Chris O'Donnell's name, alright? That's what I was looking for when I said Alicia Silverstone. He also fucking is awful all the time.
Plays Robin, but you didn't know.
Yeah. He's supposed to be like 17 in this.
I don't believe it.
No, that's what, that's his age is what's supposed to be.
I don't believe it.
I'll look it up later.
He was
Right
born
now,
in
I wanna-
1970, so he is 27 years old. When
Yeah,
this
he's
film
in his
came out.
20s, but
He looks like an adult man in this.
in this movie, he's supposed to be like 17.
And he did a very bad job convincing me that he was 17 with his performance.
I want a car.
He's
Anyway,
so that's why. Okay. Guys.
Kind of a weird. Weird side.
We talked
Yeah.
about this a little bit before we started recording, but we all have there's some criticisms to be made about the names of these four. Like, well,
Yeah.
not
Yep.
really. So it's the first one is called Batman Begins, right? That makes sense.
No, Batman
No,
Begins.
no, that's Christopher Nolan. I'm
Yeah.
stupid.
The
It's
first one's
just-
just called Batman.
Oh,
The
Batman.
first one's called Batman.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's-
solid
that
name.
makes sense. That makes
Yeah,
complete
checks
sense.
out, checks out.
The second one is called
Then
Batman
we got
Returns.
Batman Returns.
Also makes
Yeah.
complete sense.
Good.
Second
Well
one.
done.
He returns.
Third one introduces the character of Robin, right?
Mhm.
First of the franchise that has Robin in it is called Batman Forever. That's fine. That makes enough
No,
sense.
no,
to
no,
me.
no, no, no. It's bad, but we'll get to it after you tell us the name
Okay.
of the list.
See, I would posit that if
You
this
already
had been
know
a
the
trilogy,
name of the last one.
yeah,
Yeah, but for the sake of it, come on.
for the sake
It's
of
called
it, yeah.
Batman and Robin. The fourth one is
Mhm.
called Batman and Robin. It's
And
the
what
second one
fucking
featured.
sense? And what fucking sense does that make? Wait, no.
Batgirl's in this movie.
Yeah, she is introduced in this movie.
Yes.
They could have called it
Although
Batman
it-
Inc.
That would have been great. But here's my thing. Here's my big thing. If the third one was called Batman and Robin, it would check out because now Robin's in it. The fourth one, Batman Forever. It was right there. It was right there. It's right there, guys. It's the
Yeah,
fourth
it-
one.
Here's my one.
Also, it ends with them preventing someone from dying so that he's gonna live forever.
He's not gonna live forever.
I think he's gonna live
He's just-
forever.
He's just gonna live longer.
Yeah,
Well, no one can live forever.
Yeah, you know what, guys? It was really sweet. Alfred is the best part of this movie. I'll get back to it later. But like, he is so old. Alfred looks so old in this.
That's fine though. Right? I like that. I think.
No, I
think
mean, I
Alfred
like
does a
it,
good
but,
job
like,
in this movie.
I mean, like, how much? I don't want to be cynical, but how much time did they buy?
yeah.
Like,
No,
during
you're
his
right.
disease?
No, that is too cynical. Guys, come on. He
I
seems
think,
fine at the end of the film.
Okay.
No.
I walked downstairs and my family was watching the new like Scrooge Christmas movie with fucking Will Ferrell and whatever. Not the animated one, the new live action one. Spirited, I think it is.
Okay.
And they were like way back in the whatever, and they were talking to Scrooge, and he was like, "Okay, so after the whole entire Scrooge thing happened, how much longer did you have?" And Will Ferrell, who plays Scrooge, he was like, "I lived for 3 weeks. I got a good 3 weeks in there of jolly happy fun time. It's good 3 weeks."
Yeah, but that's different.
Every week
That's because
counts. Every day
he was learning
counts.
to improve, to enjoy life, not live longer.
Live longer, but I feel like it's the same scenario.
Yeah,
where
but
it's
the point of the
like-
book, literally the first ghost he meets as his friend is like, hey, you need to be a good person, or when you die, you'll... It's not about him learning to enjoy Christmas. The plot of that book is him learning to not be a ghost, because if
Yeah.
he's a bad person, he has to turn into a ghost.
Do you think Alfred would have turned into a ghost?
Yeah.
Alfred's a good person.
No, I think his desire to help Batman will persevere after death. Can I talk about Mr. Freeze's first like heist of the diamond at the start?
Love that heist. Go
wait.
for it.
I still want to get in my reason why this film should be called Batman.
Oh
and
yes.
Robin. And then
Okay,
we
go
can-
for it. Go for it. My bad.
Well, the film centers around we didn't really talk about the internal conflict of the movie, which is kind of a Batman versus Robin. Like that's like the emotional crux of this movie, is that Robin's like, I don't want to be Robin anymore. He does that. Well, no, he's fine being Robin, but he doesn't want to be a sidekick anymore. And Batman wants him to continue being a sidekick, essentially, and that is. Also, brings Poison Ivy into play because she has her, her magical seduction powers, which makes Robin, like, oh, you're just jealous that she likes me and not you, idiot. And that's why it's called Batman and Robin, because that's what it's about.
Mhm.
And that's why Mr. Freeze is kind of out of place, because he doesn't contribute to the Batman and Robin thing.
Yeah.
That they have emphasized in the very title of the film.
Also, he's wearing a Nightwing suit, though.
But he's Robin though.
I guess.
But he's Robin though.
But he's yeah.
Okay. Okay, guys.
Okay,
Guys,
talk about
guys.
the heist. Talk about
So-
the heist.
That let's assume. Let's assume that the diamond Mr. Freeze was stealing at the start. Let's assume. Let's assume that was
I'm
like
assuming.
one of the most expensive diamonds in the world because it's fucking huge. It's very
Yeah,
large.
it's so large.
I can easily assume that.
Yeah. In the real world, like the most expensive diamonds can go for like $50 million.
A lot of money.
So let's assume that's how much it cost. So I want you to weigh this in your mind. He needs money. He needs two things. One thing, he needs diamonds to power his suit, and he needs money to continue his research for his wife. So I want you to weigh this. On one side, you have this $50 million diamond. On the right, you have a tank that like an armored tank that has a rocket ship built on top of it, and is like remote control. And also, he has a jetpack that he can jump out from like fucking space and glide back down to Earth. And also, he put a nuke inside of the spaceship. That is the gear he brought to steal this diamond. He like, you could have just like maybe not this one. You could have just spent all the money you used to like buy that spaceship or whatever to buy some diamonds. Or to pay for your wife's research.
You see,
That
however,
would make the movie a lot less fun, though.
however,
Yeah, it would.
he is not trying. He see, planning this heist. He unfortunately maxed out his Bat credit card, and is now trying to pay off his debts by stealing this diamond.
Okay,
As we've
okay,
come full circle.
okay. Listen to me. Listen
Yeah,
to me.
I'm listening.
Listen
I'm
to me.
listening. I'm listening. I'm being very receptive.
This Mr. Freeze has the motivation of like animated series like modern Mr. Freeze, but performs the crime of like a Silver Age like Mr. Zero style character, where his actions are entirely like, oh, I'm so evil, I'm gonna freeze the city, I love crime, and then his motivation is like, I just want to save my wife. This is why Mr. Freeze is the weakest part of this film. He sucks.
It's almost as if this film feels like it has an identity that has no identity at all in any way, shape, or form. No identity.
The identity of this film is it has no identity.
It has
Except
no
for
identity.
one-liners. It has a lot of one-liners.
So many.
I think Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze is bad. I think it could have worked, but there's two things I would change. One, talk less. I don't mind the Arnold accent, but Mr. Freeze is supposed to be stoic as fuck. What is this? Second of all, the suit. It's awful. And I'm not even saying like from a design aspect, which I do fucking hate it. From like a literal objective, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, who is a very good physical actor, can't move in this suit. Like he waddles around everywhere. He can't lift his arms like up past his chest. It's constricting because it's too big and ridiculous and unwieldy. He can't move in it. It's like I hate it. I hate this movie.
And it's ugly. I don't like.
Yeah, I mean it also
not a good
Let's not
suit.
gloss it. I don't like the design of the suit at all. It
also
could be
his
a lot
skin is
cleaner.
covered in glitter.
Yeah, I like that though. That's good though.
I like the
don't like
physical makeup that they do for him, and I like the look that they
I
go
don't.
for his like face and appearance and all of it, because it's very, very basic. And I think if it had been given a cooler suit, it would have worked well. I wish they would have worked goggles in, like the red glowing goggles. That would have been awesome. But however, the suit itself is so bad.
Here's the
It's
thing.
bad.
Here's what I don't get about this suit. This movie is frequently and justifiably criticized for being a vehicle to sell toys above all else, as are many superhero films. You know, that's how it is. That's how the world works. But if you want to sell cool toys to kids, come up with a better suit. Like, that should be your number one priority.
Mm-hmm.
This suit is not. It's too complicated. It's too convoluted. It doesn't look cool. Doesn't look. It's not good. I would never buy a toy with this suit if I were little Timmy in the Toys R Us. I want the animated series suit or something other than this. So
I want
doesn't make any
something else.
sense. I want something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a suit. The diamond heist doesn't make any sense. I like that. Is there what else about this? Anything else about this character?
I mean,
He's-
just like,
It's the worst.
yeah, he sucks.
He's bad.
It's not
Hate
good.
I mean,
Well,
I don't know. The only good thing that I can think about with this character is his lair, which inspired one of the best Lego Batman levels of all time.
Very true.
Yeah. So, thanks, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
there we go.
Thank you.
That really balances out the rest of this movie, and I mean that genuinely. Like, that makes it worth it.
In such a roundabout way. Thank you, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You've done a great thing. You know what? I follow him on a lot of platforms. He's a fantastic political activist
Cool.
and environmentalist. Which
Poison Ivy.
Poison
Am I right?
Man, I mean, the only thing I really have to say about Poison Ivy in this is that it's weirdly good.
Yep.
I mean, not like everything that she has all the regular Batman and Robin isms that make it bad, but like everything that is unique to her is like good. It's good casting.
Yeah.
I like a lot of the
said,
designs.
Great actress.
Oh yeah.
But it's still Batman and Robin. That's the main.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
Batman
main
and Robin.
problem.
That's the main takeaway I want the audience to go away with. It's Batman and Robin. We're talking about Batman and Robin.
True. That is the main takeaway, because if they don't get that takeaway, then the rest is going to be very difficult to comprehend. You'll constantly think, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's another character I want to dive into that we have not touched
Yes,
on much.
go for it.
Barbara Wilson / Batgirl, played by Alicia Silverstone.
Huh.
Why is that a huh?
I mean, you said you had something you wanted to say about them, and that just surprised me because I.
Oh, there's not a lot to say. That's kind of what I wanted to say.
Okay.
She is just she's not a great part of the plot in this movie.
She's
Like-
nothing.
She shows up, she does motorcycle racing, which is like the most pointless part of the entire film.
Yes.
And then like when there's like 20 minutes left in the movie, she becomes Batgirl. And
Is it even 20 minutes?
there might be less. It's a 2-hour movie. It's a
Yeah.
substantial movie.
The Alfred AI.
Unfortunately. Oh, the Alfred AI.
I kind of love it. Can we talk about
has
Alfred?
somehow made an AI of himself. Yes, let's talk about Alfred.
So,
And can we talk about his passwords eventually?
Yeah. Jack has claimed the emotional kind of crux of this movie is the dynamic of Batman and Robin, of Robin being an idiot who whines all the time and Batman learning to put up with him. But I would argue it's Batman and Robin coming to terms with the fact that Alfred is dying, and
That's
trying to
fair.
keep up their work while dealing with that, and then also eventually curing him.
That's kind of
He-
like the emotional crux of the Mr. Freeze movie, and the Batman and Robin thing is the emotional crux of the Poison Ivy movie. It's just that they've
You're
been combined. And
scarily correct.
Yeah.
It's scary how this literally feels like it literally feels like watching two movies at once.
that occasionally come together.
It's so weird. Whenever the plot lines like cross, it feels like not a payoff, but almost like a weird sort of. It feels like a crossover because it's like they exist
Whoa.
diametrically opposed to each other. It's like, what? You guys shouldn't be. What? Oh, what the fuck? What the hell? How you doing that?
That's a quote from Alfred.
Yes.
Alfred when
So-
he's getting cured.
So yeah, Alfred, he's sick and dying, and he's trying to get into contact with his brother, who he has not seen in a very long time. And also, in doing so, he gets back in touch with his niece, who is Batgirl. It's Barbara. Barbara Wilson. I don't know why, when I said Barbara Wilson, my brain just went, haha, Dane Lislow. And it's kind of like a connection there, because Slade Wilson, but I don't know why that happened. I'm scared of my own brain.
Your brain's been poisoned. It's okay.
So yeah,
Your brain has been desecrated by
there,
Beware
wonderful
the
cartoon.
Batman.
Beware the Batman.
there are a few scenes in this movie which I think are beautiful but completely pointless. It's when Batman has flashbacks to being younger with Alfred. Like,
Yes.
it's the fourth movie. You don't, like, we know. We know. It's the fourth one.
He
It's-
went to
it's-
therapy in the last movie. We don't need to retread this ground.
He literally went to therapy in the
He
last
literally
movie.
fell
With
in
the
love with a
world's
therapist.
worst therapist.
Yeah.
Um,
Terrible.
But yeah, it's just like but they're still very very cool, and also like Alfred has some amazing lines, like Batgirl like kind of dunks on Robin that is like, you think Alfred likes like no, it's like he's like a servant to you guys. He's not like, he doesn't actually like you. And then Batman overhears this and goes to Alfred, and Alfred's like, he's like, hey Alfred, did you ever regret like working for us? And he's like, my only regret is that I was never out there fighting with you. It's like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I love Alfred in this.
Yeah. Alfred. It's like the most, like when Batgirl says that, if you've been, or Barbara, I guess, if you know, like, this character or anything, it's just like it's not even a topic worth thinking about because it's so obviously false.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, it's like like, you're thinking of it somebody else. Like, surely you're thinking of somebody else.
That's the end of my bit on Alfred. I like him a lot. Best part of the movie.
Yeah. Let's talk about the worst part of the movie.
We already talked about Mr.
Wait,
Freeze.
can we please talk about the passwords? I'm really
Oh
sorry.
yes, I'm so
guys.
sorry.
No.
No.
Really
Go
quick
do the
bit.
passwords.
Yeah,
then
do the
Quinn can
passwords,
say
the
what he
passwords.
thinks is the worst thing about this movie.
So Alfred, when he feels that he is getting very sick, gives like a CD to Barbara. He's like, "Give this to my brother if you can find him. It's really important because he wants his brother to basically become the next Alfred." Which I like. I don't know. I guess his brother's probably a cool guy, but he has a job too. So who knows if he'll actually want to do that? But it has like all the schematics and stuff for Batman. And Barbara is like, I'm just gonna look at this. Like, I'm not. I want to see what's on here, but it's password protected.
Yep.
So she starts trying to think of good passwords, and she to guess, and she has already clearly figured out that Alfred does not, probably not, use good passwords. I guess because all the things she tries are just words, like, or just. She tries. The first one she tries is Alfred.
Imagine if that had worked.
Yeah.
Yep.
The second one is Wayne. And then they cut away, I think, and then they cut back, and then the next one she's shown trying is England. Could you imagine if that worked?
I would have been so happy.
And then she thinks it might be about her mother,
Yeah.
who's deceased. And Alfred has a picture of her named Margaret. She tries Margaret, it doesn't work. But then she realizes that her nickname was Peg. She tries Peg, it works.
Yep.
So, Alfred, who is enough of a technological genius to make a full, AI of himself, a perfect AI of himself, has a 3-letter password.
It's not even
This
like Peg,
idiot.
but the E is a 3.
Yeah, no special
Just
characters.
No.
Peg.
And there's no P is capitalized, lowercase eg. It's that easy.
I'd like to think that when he went to go and program that into the system, it gave one of those weak password notices that's like, "Are you sure? This password
sure?"
really sucks." And then he was like, "Yes, yes."
Yes, I love he loves his family so much he's willing to
I
put
love
up with
Peg.
the bad password. But if the password was just 3 ampersand QWMG
Oh man. I have. Quentin, do you want to do your tangent?
Yeah.
What is the worst thing in this movie? What is it?
So I would say that George Clooney Batman, like a 10% bad, right?
Yeah, he's just not putting in any effort.
No,
He's just
no.
George Clooney.
And the thing was, I really did like Val Kilmer in the role, so I would have liked to see him get the same 2 movies. It would have been good. It feels like the change throws too much off to really matter, and that goes for Batman Forever and this movie. However, Chris O'Donnell is like a 75% bad. Don't like him. Don't like him. Batgirl, 50% bad, right? And then Mr. Freeze, 100% terrible, awful, worst single thing in this movie. However, when you mix Chris O'Donnell, Alfred, and Batgirl together, that equals 125% bad. So I posit this one sequence of the movie where Batgirl goes out and gets in trouble, and then Robin has to go and save her, which is a part of the movie that every single time I watch it by myself, I skip, because it adds nothing to the plot. It adds nothing in any way, shape, or form. It is a nothing burger of shit, and I despise it. It's nothing. There's no substance to it. There's no plot significance. There is no reason to watch this sequence of the film. I think that if they released a cut that was $5 more, but this scene of the film was just taken out, I would purchase that. I would purchase that to have and hold and keep on
Why?
to, so I don't have to.
But
It's not
so
like
you
the rest of the movie
motorcycles?
is good.
You don't like motorcycles?
I don't. Not in this. Not directed by Joel Schumacher.
Can I admit something?
Go for it.
Motorcycle scene, actually, I usually hate the scene. Actually kind of went down nice on my last watch through.
Why? That's the exact scene where I was like, I don't want to watch this movie.
Normally, I'm exactly the same place. But can I introduce you guys to the 5th, and in my opinion, best villain of this movie, Motorcycle Guy. This guy challenges... This guy's in a motorcycle race with Batgirl and Robin, but doesn't know that. Who knows? And he kind of dunks on Batgirl at the start, and she's like, "I can do the race anyway." And he gets so
he's
annoyed.
He's very misogynist about it.
Yeah. He tries to dunk on her, and she doesn't react. And he's so annoyed that she wasn't insulted that he gets a bunch of goons with Molotov cocktails to hang out at the end of the race, and that's why she needs saving. It's because he goes, "Now!" and a bunch of guys like Tarzan swing across the track and throw Molotov cocktails at Batgirl. It's great. I love this guy. He's so evil and such a dickhead. I love him.
And
Yep.
Yeah, they do a motorcycle race, and then they don't do it. They when they end, it's just like, okay.
It just cuts away
There's
like
not a
nothing.
part where they have to chase Mr. Freeze down on a motorcycle or something where it's like, oh, they learned or something. It's just I just didn't. Yeah, I agree with Quentin. I think that's the worst sequence
Yeah, it
in the
sucks.
film. It's really stupid.
Um, I have two more small things and two more big things. Should I do one of those now?
Go for it. End my
I'm
suffering.
gonna do my
Please.
small ones. First of all, Batgirl goes to the school Oxbridge.
Yeah.
N-
Well, she's
see,
not anymore. They kicked her out for being a motorcycle racer.
yeah,
Yep.
but they just mixed the better Oxford and Cambridge, which I think is very
Yeah.
funny. Um, other small thing. This is I don't know. I'm gonna remove the probably. This is the horniest Batman movie.
Oh, definitely. They have gratuitous, like, in the very first scene, they have like ass shots,
Yep.
like immediately.
Kind of a little spin-off off of that. Is it sexist that the only Batsuit without nipples is Batgirl's?
Ooh, wow.
Do you want us to answer that?
I mean, I just want you. I know it's a philosophical question. I just want you
It's
to
a
just do it.
question.
Think on it. It's not. That's a late. That's for a later question.
Are we really the people who are?
No. This is not for us to answer. This is an introspective question for the audience to ask about themselves and society.
We're asking the audience. Yes.
Yeah.
It's on you.
I'm not talking to you guys.
Thank God.
Why would I ever want to do that? Two big things. What order should I do these? You know what? No. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about? Because I have one thing that really should be last. Yeah.
Okay, I have something I kind of want to talk about.
Okay.
We do a favorite panel whenever
Yeah.
we're doing comics. I want to know if you guys have a favorite one-liner.
I have
Because
a.
there's so many, and they're like, we trash on this movie a lot for good reason. But like some of these, like they are like some of these are like in a vacuum. You're like, okay, that's kind of good. That's kind of worth. It's worth it. Some of these are worth existing.
I have one that might not count, but maybe. Let me pitch this to you guys.
Oh, mine probably doesn't count either. So
When-
give
After Batgirl figures out the password and then gets into the Batcave, there's AI Alfred, and the intruder alarm goes off. And what happens when the intruder alarm goes off is all of the Bat vehicles are raised so that she can see them, and Alfred just goes, like a recording of Alfred just goes, intruder alert, intruder alert, intruder alert. And it's basically Batgirl walks with the Alfred, and Alfred just starts yelling at her. Like, it's great.
That's a good scene. It's a good scene. Quentin, do you want to share? Do you have a favorite one-liner or a favorite line?
Favorite line? Maybe it's not my favorite line, but I do like how this particular quote was put on IMDb. If I sent this to somebody out of context, I'd like it.
Please
I'd like
read
that,
it
yeah.
aloud.
So it's the Mr. Freeze and Batman interaction where they're meeting for the first time, and Batman goes, "Hi Freeze, I'm Batman." But in this, they've included what is going on, sort of like the stage directions. So in quotes, slides down dinosaur statue, which happens. This movie. This movie.
I found an actual.
During that first scene, I'm like thinking like, okay, this could be a kind of whimsical, fun little adventure, and then it's 2 hours long and it has the motorcycle scene, and it's not fun.
Jack, can I actually give a real one-liner? I forgot about
Yes,
one that
please.
I found. So you know how Mr. Freeze has a bunch of goons, and then like one lady.
Yes.
So one of Mr. Freeze's like goon ladies tries hitting on him, and it ends with her going, "I'm feeling hot," and Mr. Freeze just goes, "I highly doubt that." They're standing
I
inside of
remember
a freezer, and Mr. Freeze is like, "I don't believe you."
Yep.
Jack, what's yours?
and many. Okay, this one is really stupid, but there's a specific reason I like this line, and it's not the line itself. So we didn't really talk about the telescope very much, but Bruce Wayne has funded this big time telescope that can see everywhere.
Jack, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Is this a Poison Ivy line?
No, it's a Bruce
Ah,
Wayne line.
okay.
There's probably many better lines in the scene, but there's one specific thing
Okay,
I like about
because
this.
I remember another line from that scene, which I will talk about
Okay,
after you go.
share it afterwards. This is the same telescope that Mr. Freeze uses to freeze the city later on, but
You know how we
when
do.
Bruce is like unveiling this telescope, he's like doing his like, oh, I'm like Bruce Wayne, I'm a funny guy, like act, you know, and they're talking about how good the telescope is, that it can see anywhere on Earth, and he says, just don't point it at my bedroom, which is not that funny on its own. Trust me, guys, I didn't think it was that funny on its own, but there is one guy in the audience who just absolutely loses his mind at this line, if you listen closely. One guy, like every one of his lines is followed by audience laughter, but this specific line has just one guy who loses his mind over this joke. So if you ever rewatch this film, go back and try to find that guy. Well, what's the Poison Ivy line?
So in this very scene, after he's unveiled the telescopes, Poison Ivy shows up and is like, "Hey, Mr. Wayne, I have a plan." Well, actually, no. So she goes up to give like Bruce Wayne like a plan for like how to be friendlier to the environment. And on her way up there, a security guard tries to stop her, and she goes, "Get off me, you fascist pig!" And he immediately backs off.
That's like saying like, idiot say what?
Yeah, yeah,
And he says what?
it's really good. Okay, should I do my big thing to close this out?
Yes, please.
Wait. One thing before we
Oh.
go. One thing before
Go for it.
before you close us. Do you guys remember what? Like, I don't exactly know how to describe her, but Mr. Freeze's like goon, main side goon. This is the part where he's smoking the cigar.
Yeah.
And he's going into the closet to look for his wife. Do you remember what her name is?
Nora?
No. Not his wife.
But
Oh.
goons.
The
I
goon.
don't.
No, I don't remember her name.
All right. Her name is apparently Miss Behaven. Miss B. Haven.
See, there's some things about this movie that are just great, like that, but it doesn't work for some reason. But misbehaving.
Miss B. Haven. Yeah. That. God. Sometimes you really got to look for it. You really got to look for it in the wind and in the leaves and the trees and the cold rush of Mr. Freeze's laser beam. But there are good bits. I say with pain in my heart, there are good parts to this movie. Maybe. Somewhere. Deep.
Yes. Well, they're not deep though. That's the crazy thing. They're not deep. They're right there, but they're just like they don't work.
I'm sorry,
for some
Jack.
reason. They
I'm
just don't
sorry.
work.
Is this character ever called by her name ever in the movie?
Okay, that one
ever?
might be deep. That one might be deep. That one might be deep, but
What do you
like
think the B stands for?
him sliding down a dinosaur. That's
Beethoven.
right there.
Bethany.
Batman.
Okay, that's good. You guys want to? Can you guys use your imagination for a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
imagine you are working on the film Batman and Robin. What are you guys' jobs here on set working on the film Batman and Robin?
I made the dinosaur.
I am a crying producer.
Quentin, I need you to pick a different one.
Oh, okay.
You can be one of the guys in the bike scene, one of the bikers.
Yeah. I'm a stunt actor.
Okay. So yeah, you guys are hanging out, filming. You're maybe halfway through filming,
Yeah.
and some producers come by. They come by around every day and they tell you, "Hey guys, we love it." That's why you couldn't be a crying producer, Quentin. During the production of the film, they were loving it. They had already hired Joel Schumacher to direct the 5th film.
Oh, it even had like a title, didn't it?
Batman Unchained.
Yeah, that's what I'm here to talk about, guys. I'm gonna give you a little deep dive on Batman Unchained. They extended the same offer to the writer of these last 2 films, turned it down. That was the first bullet wound that led to this film slowly bleeding out on the ground. George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, Alicia Silverstone, all set to return. Do you want me to go over the rest of the cast? You want to go over the rest of the cast of this?
Yes.
The role of Dr. Jonathan Crane / the Scarecrow was offered to one Nicolas Cage.
Oh, no way.
What?
A couple actresses were passed around for Harley Quinn, but no one was ever hired. Alfred was supposed to return. Same actor. And here's the big thing. Jack Nicholson, Danny DeVito, Michelle Pfeiffer, Tommy Lee Jones, and Jim Carrey were set to all return as Joker, Penguin, Catwoman, Two-Face, and the Riddler.
Oh, no way.
What?
No way.
What if I were to tell you that there have been rumors heavily circulating that the plot of Batman Arkham Knight was inspired from the canned script?
Really?
With the main villain of Jonathan
Have
Crane.
Jason Todd?
I don't know. It basically cut out Jason Todd.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Yeah. So the plot idea was Scarecrow tries to wear Batman down by freeing all the previous villains who all go after Batman. Also, a lot of rumors. There was even concept art. Man-Bat was supposed to be in it in some capacity.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, this film, they got a different writer, which kind of made the producers a little uncertain. And then after this movie was, Batman and Robin wasn't great, they just canned it. But yeah, this sounds like I bet it would have sucked because, I mean, they were getting Joel Schumacher back, but this sounds awesome.
I think if you
describe.
Well, there was a new writer, but the production, the producers didn't like that. They were worried about that.
Oh, well, the producers, yeah. But I think a new writer really could have saved...
Yeah, the script was written by Mark Protosiewicz.
Ah, Mark Protosiewicz. I'm very familiar with this now.
Are you?
Faux show. Jack, what were you going to say?
No, Jack, don't say anything. Quentin, you need to explain it right now before you have a chance to look it up. Who is Mark Protosiewicz?
Well, he's written many things. It's just...
I can hear you typing.
Mass Effect.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's interesting.
No, I want to add a caveat. He wrote Mass Effect the movie.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
He wrote
I can't
the
believe he
story
went
for
from Mass
Thor.
Effect. He also wrote the original Thor.
Yep.
What do you know?
And I Am Legend. Once again, I'm saying all of this off the top of my head.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Jack,
Yeah,
say what
I
you were
believe
gonna say.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I think maybe there's a chance that if this movie never came out and all we got were the informations on casting and like who was going to be in it, we might think like, oh, that would be so cool. You know? Like it has Arnold Schwarzenegger, it has Uma Thurman, and it has Bane.
That's a good point, actually.
That
We might eat that up.
Danny
But if
DeVito
it's
is gonna
not
be
good-
back though. Name one bad thing he's been in.
Ooh, Dumbo.
You got me. I forgot
Yeah.
about that movie.
Done. Dumbo? Is that like an adaptation of the animated?
Yeah,
like
it's
Disney?
live action.
Yeah, they did the live action Dumbo.
Oh wow, I didn't know that was even a movie.
Yeah, that's one of the more forgettable ones, which is a fucking like insult if there ever is one.
Big Dumbo head over here.
Guys, do you want to do an outro or wait? Should I do a teaser and then?
Yeah, tease and then out.
This is gonna be a little bit of surprise to you guys. This was our 19th episode.
Jesus.
We're doing our second 10 episode special.
Wow.
The second that's what it's gonna be called. The second
Yeah.
10 episode special.
Big multiplication head.
Yeah. We're gonna unveil a big mystery.
What?
We're gonna
What?
explain. We're gonna review the thing where Schwarbage is from because we haven't explained it yet.
Oh yeah.
Oh, true.
That was
Get
that was
hyped.
our bit.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that wouldn't be unveiling a mystery. That would be solving a mystery. Because we're not.
That's
we-
true.
Shut the
We
fuck
already
up. Shut up.
unveiled
Shut
the
up. Shut up. No, Quentin, shut up. Fuck off.
We never cut out dialogue. However,
I'm not cutting any of this out. I'm just gonna upload it like immediately, like, right away. Not even checking for like coughs or like anything. You
There
guys
you
want to
go.
do an outro, or should I have cut before now?
we can do an outro.
Do an
right?
outro.
Yeah,
Do an
Jack.
outro. Entertain me.
There's
Quentin,
so many
don't
fun
sing.
facts about on the Batman and Robin Wikipedia page that we can include in an outro.
Oh,
Okay.
that's-
Like,
Yeah.
it won Worst Picture at the Stinkers Bad Movie Awards, which is fun.
love the stinkers.
Do you know about, like, is that like a famous thing? Like everyone's talking
Yeah.
about the Stinkers.
I mean, no one
Alright.
talks about it, but it's like I was aware of the stinkers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
the stinkers.
apparently, Mel Kiper Mel Kiper, who?
Mel Kiper?
Mel Kiper.
You heard
No,
it here,
that's,
folks.
That's a football analyst that I was thinking of. I meant to say Val Kilmer.
Wow.
He, according to Schumacher, he sort of quit and we sort of fired him. That's why Val Kilmer did not reprise his role.
Apparently, and I've watched many interviews of him talking about the production of Batman Forever. He hated everything that went on behind the scenes of that film.
I also hate that film.
Yeah, it's not very good.
Yeah. Guys, do you know any quick ways to make money in Gotham?
Crime?
There you go. Try stealing
Crime?
diamonds. They're apparently worth $50 million.
It's a big diamond.
It's a pretty big diamond. I don't know. I feel like
Here's Will's strategy for making money in Gotham. Start a
Okay.
protection racket and just say you work for the Joker.
that's actually true. That's all right. I think I have a plan here. I think I got a plan. I'm going to be Batman free. I'll commit my first crime tomorrow, and then I will never have to interact with Batman ever.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, we did a bit about that earlier. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
paying off my
Yes.
debts.
Well, I hope
Yeah.
you don't go the way of Jason Todd, Quinn. We will see you. We will hopefully talk to you soon. And if not, please don't come get revenge on us. when you're under the red hood.
No, that would be cool.
Nah, I'm not Jason Todd. If I'm any of the... Wait. Am I Jason Todd?
No. You're not cool enough.
No, can assign Robin May. Can
Damian
Robin
Wayne.
assign me? No, I can't be Damian. No. Just because it's true doesn't mean it's fair.
All right, guys. I think we have some. You can cut somewhere in there, right? Well,
I
don't know if I can.
you can find a place.
I'll cut here. Or just goodbye.
Good. See ya.
All right.
Okay. Schwarbage sucks. It's bad. We forgot to say it, but it's really bad. Schwarbage.
Yeah, we did. We're recording.
We're recording this
separately.
after the fact. I don't know where I'm gonna put this. It might just be at the end.
But it was too obvious.
Yeah.
Like
Schwarbage.
I mean, yeah. We thought that you guys knew, but we gotta dumb it down for the audience. No, we do not like this. Hate it.
All right, let's stop there.
Yeah.
There we go.